Okay, I am Mohsen Fayazi here in Istanbul again with the biggest metal band in Turkey. You may know them by name MEZARKABUL, but they are very well known in Turkey as Pentagram. Hello guys, how are you doing?
Fine, man. You?
I'm doing well. Thank you, especially with very nice view. As you can see, there is a bridge in background. Very nice view. And okay, to begin with, what does it feel like having two names for the band in the same time? You know, you have Pentagram for inside of you, Turkey, and MEZARKABUL for outside. How does it feel like?
Well, it sometimes cause confusion.
Yeah.
We started the band with the name Pentagram. This name was decided by Hakan and Cenk, our drummer and guitar player. They formed the band in the mid-80s. But about 12 years ago, when we were releasing the Unspoken album, we had this record deal with Noise Records, which they became Sanctuary Records later.
Right.
And they had this problem before with some of their bands about the copyright issues. Because when two bands had the same name, they had a problem about marketing.
Yeah.
And they recommended us to have a second name which will distinguish Pentagram from other bands also named Pentagram, because there is one in the United States, there is one in Chile, there is one in India.
India too.
Yeah, it's, apparently Pentagram is a common name among metal bands. And so we have these two names, and outside of Turkey we also use MEZARKABUL name as a moniker. But in Turkey, most of our fans know us as Pentagram.
Right. So, why you choose MEZARKABUL?
Well, it came out from kind of ritual. There is no reason to it actually. Just Mezar and Kabul are two different words which we brought together. It felt right at that moment.
Yeah. What does it mean, MEZARKABUL?
Mezar means grave. And Kabul means acceptance. So it's basically about accepting the fact that we are going to die one day, sooner or later. So it's about, I think, being spiritually prepared for that occasion, for that
very
special
interesting
occasion.
Yeah, okay. Well, Pentagram is one of the oldest metal band in Turkey. Well, can you tell me more about the Turkish metal scene? How was it in the past? How is it going now? And how do you see the future?
It's not getting bigger, I think. It's getting smaller. Most of the bands retired and time is passing.
Yeah.
New bands are coming, but I think we need more bands.
I need to ask you to speak a little louder to, for the camera.
Nasıl oluyor?
Sizi görüyorsan.
Most of the recent bands couldn't continue to their voice, or what you say, quest in the metal scene. Most of them retired. New bands are coming, but there's, I think, not enough bands, heavy metal bands at the scene right now, or they're changing their music styles to more popular things.
What is the reason, do you think? Is it because of the economic issues, money things, or is it because, metal music does not get good support from the, bigger companies, or maybe because of the fans. What do you think? What's the reason?
Most of his economic, I think. I'm sure all of them want to go on, but after a time it's getting more harder
Yeah.
when you grow up.
Yeah.
Things are changing.
Yeah.
I think that's why.
Turkey is not like a rich country. The economic and social problems are always an issue. Most of the people are struggling for their basic needs in life. So it's not like supported by big companies, as you say. And so the bands have a very difficult time to continue to keep on working on their art and their projects. But on the other hand, there are more people listening to heavy metal.
Yeah, the music listeners are okay, but the business is a little bit stuck, I think.
There are lots of people listening to metal comparing to the years that we started.
Yeah.
But the difficulties for the bands to work and to continue, they are all probably the same.
Right. So, what's your opinion about the young metal bands? As I've seen, in Istanbul, I've seen lots of young guys, playing guitar in the bars, especially was the bar Dura.
Yeah.
I've seen a few bands there playing. So,
Yes.
so what do you think about these new guys?
Yeah, they're playing very nice.
Yeah.
They're good instrument players, good singers, but the most problem is they have to they can sing their songs at the bar
Yeah.
because people come to hear the songs they know,
Yeah.
and the band can't perform his own songs. And that's the
Yeah, it's mostly cover bands and tribute bands. So bands need to make their own songs. They need to play their own material.
Right.
But the clubs and the scene,
they can't do it there.
Right.
people prefer to listen to songs that they already know and love from bands like Metallica or Iron Maiden, like famous bands. So people have struggled to write their own material and they don't have much chance to play their own songs.
Yeah, I've noticed that they mostly play covers. I only seen the Mechanic play 2 or 3 of their songs, but the other bands only play Metallica, Megadeth, or Motorhead. So I was really interested to see how they do writing music, but unfortunately. So what do you think? Is it because they don't have the knowledge of music, or maybe they don't, they are not brave enough to write their own music, or they don't have money to record it?
They're writing their own music and preparing CDs or demos and trying to give people these demos and this kind of stuff. But if it's not published and it's not seen on the TV, the music doesn't affect people that much. That's the fact.
So
if
the
the
clubs
song is
decide that they play cover songs instead.
Okay, I'd like to know what do you think about the differences between the metal music industry in Turkey and, for example, in Europe. What's the differences?
The difficulties are all same for everyone. Even if you're a band in Germany, you have to struggle, maybe you have to work in another job before your band comes to a place
A certain level.
But the fact here is the point you're going to come is not a point. So that's why people don't struggle that much or give up early. Because when we started, we couldn't imagine something like this. We're going to play in big concerts and the album is going to be released, isn't it? It's going to be published in Europe. It was a dream, but before you, if somebody doesn't do it, it's like you hope it. You work for it and wait it to happen.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, the musicians who play their own material and have a chance to also earn enough money to continue their lives. They, all around the world, it's the minority. You are lucky if you manage that. So most of the musicians all around the world also struggle because you need to be around for a certain period of time for being established and people know you and like your music. So it's not easy, but in Europe and United States, of course, there's like a bigger industry.
Yeah.
So if a certain band or a musician has talent, this industry is trying to track this down and try to make money and music out of this. But in Turkey or in the third world countries, people who deal with art, they don't get much support from industrial companies or governments, etc. So it's not easy. All around the world, if you start up a new band, you have to play out, you have to go on stage, you have to introduce your music, you have to put on what you have in your heart, and you need to be a little bit lucky to be noticed or recognized.
I see. Yeah, you need that kind of way. Yeah. Okay, have you had any requests from foreigner bands to join them, or to join them for support, or just join them in one of their shows? For example, Accept or Metallica. Have you ever?
When we started the band, as Metin told, we didn't think that we will have an audience or we will have tours or concerts around Turkey. So we were planning to go to Europe or to America to be able to be part of this music scene. But in time, it looks like in Turkey we have also a lot of heavy metal fans who listen to this kind of music, who likes it. And with that, we have a lot of famous bands coming to Istanbul for concerts. Even the biggest bands came to Istanbul and they played stadium shows. And also there are other bands who play in clubs. But most of the metal bands, most of the rock bands, the old bands, new bands, they have this route. Istanbul is part of their rotation right now. They come to Istanbul. So sometimes we have chance to play with bands like Accept, as you say, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Testament, Queen's, right? Most of the famous bands that we like, we had chance to play with them on the same venues. But this happened in Turkey. Outside of Turkey, we had very few concerts. A few concerts in Germany, a few concerts in Denmark, a few concerts in Greece. And also we played in big festivals like Beckman Festival.
So you were in Vancouver?
Yes,
Great.
2003 I believe. 2003 or 2003. But it's not like that we are going out touring all around the world with famous bands, because it takes an investment to get yourself into this ring. So we have really difficulty to put our shit together here in Istanbul. So we weren't that lucky to have a chance to tour all around the world with a well-known band. But recently, the band from Israel,
Orphanland.
They are now preparing for a European tour right now. And we had an invitation from them, a very kind invitation. And Orphanland is a band that we really like, and we wanted to join this tour with them. It was going to be like bands from Middle Eastern countries, from Lebanon, from Israel, from Turkey, with some other more bands. But it took a kind of investment for us to join this tour because all the traveling expenses and everything was kind of should have been. We had to pay for all these expenses, but we couldn't find that support financially. We tried to look for some sponsors. We talked and discussed this with our management company, but on paper it takes a feasibility to make this happen.
Yeah.
So we kind of missed this opportunity this year, but maybe next year, if we record a new album and start a new vibe again, these opportunities will come together again, and we will try to get on board. But
So
it's not easy.
are you trying to announce that you're going to record another album next year?
We are going to record albums and play as much as we can till we die.
No,
That I can promise you.
So you can't give me any special time. For example, next year, maybe.
Why not? You never know. We always try to do our best to record more music. But we are getting older. All the guys now have families and children and everything, you see. So it's not easy. We are not that swift to make a record every year and go on tour every year. It's not possible for us anymore, but we will not stop. We will do the best we can to continue. And we will not stop till we die. That I can promise.
Yeah. Okay. I'm really interested to ask this question. Where do you draw your feeling, your influences from when you're writing the music? You know, I mean, is surroundings, politics, philosophy, science, fantasy. You know, what's the most influences for you when you're writing the music?
You say it, I think. Most of them,
Well, we're basically all comics book fans from our childhood. So probably that's one of the reasons why we play this style of music. So the music we play has a lot to do with fantasy, of course.
Right.
But as you say, our philosophical thoughts, things we read, the things we, how do you say it, the things we feel that matches us, the ideas that we feel expressing our point of view, we always read about those matters, and these are always one of the main influences for our songs. But also the political and social environment has a lot to do with it, because in my opinion, from our childhood years, from our school years, we have this connection with people around us. Not only through music, or not only through art, but also physically, emotionally, and spiritually. We are all connected to people around us. Our friends, our families, our neighbors, everybody around us. And we are trying to stick to that feeling. I think this is kind of the expression of common sense. And we always try to express through music what we feel, what we think, what we see that people around us need. And all those yearnings, all those needs, and all those emotions becomes a starting point for us, for those feelings. And so, for example, the recent events, the political movements and everything, we believe, these are always in our songs. Even people would think that it's kind of a fantasy work, even if people see it as a comics book aesthetic. There is always truth to true feelings, true ideas behind our songs. We are trying to establish that in order to have meaning in the future as well.
Yeah.
Like the ones that did before us.
Yeah, exactly. Well, as you said, you maybe wanna record and release another album in the next year. Do you think you're influenced by the recent event, this protesting? And I was talking with some Turkish guitarists. I asked them, how do you see the future? They said, we cannot see a good future. It's completely dark. So do you think you're influenced? Is that, to enter these, materials to your songs, to speak the word about what's going on in Turkey at the moment?
It's not only the Turkey problem or this country, that country problem. We're on a little planet. We're all living together.
Yeah.
If something happens in somewhere, it affects all the world. For example, if the nuclear thing blows, it's not only affecting the place, it's coming with the clouds, with the sea, with the sand, to everywhere. We're all living together here. The main thing is we have to first understand this fact.
Yeah.
But something that I really don't understand is the country and the separating.
Yeah, you don't believe in borders.
Yeah. And most of the people don't believe it. We just live in it.
Yeah.
We born in a country and they give you the papers and they say you're from here.
Exactly.
You're from there. You're from here. And that's the problem with the world we're living nowadays. But the internet thing and the other technological stuff is going to finish it one day. And it's not so far away.
Do you think it's dark?
The dark and the white change from people to people. For someone it's dark, for another it's not dark.
Yeah.
How can we say this is dark, this is not dark, or this is good, this is not
Exactly.
good? I don't know.
But I'm sure Andy Duris of Elohim will disagree with you, as they announced, in their recent album, Straight Outta Hell. They said, no, the future is not dark, we can see the light, something like that. Well, different views,
It's of course dangerous, especially those segregation things, because of religion, because of racial division, and the language, and the regional division. These are all dangerous for humankind. So, till we have no borders, until we become all one nation, it's going to be difficult for everybody all around the world, especially in Turkey right now. What happened in Turkey last month, it was a violation of justice, violation of human rights, violation of freedom of speech, and we had to stand against that.
It was all gas too.
Yeah, and the worst thing is the media was blindfolded when all these were happening, and most of the people in Turkey maybe doesn't know about exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But they feel it.
Yeah.
And
It's not a problem.
And it's an obligation for us and everybody to tell others what was happening during these protests and what was the reason for all this stuff started, you know.
Yeah.
And I believe lots of people in Turkey, lots of artists are going to write or draw or express their opinions about what was going on recently. So we are not going to hesitate to express our point of view
Yeah.
about those matters.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about Pentagram. What's happening with the band at the moment?
We're waiting. As
You're in the
usual.
standby mode.
Sorry?
You're in the standby mode. Waiting for the future.
Istanbul.
The standby mode.
I don't
Standby.
understand.
No, it's not a standby.
Ah, Istanbul more, I understand.
It's not like we are about to release a new video right now. It was,
Ah.
one of the songs from our latest album,
Yeah.
2012. It's the last song in the album. It's called Apocalypse.
Okay.
The last album was really an apocalyptic album. We usually write songs about dark matters, let's say, but always try to put a point which we can hold on to, like a little hope maybe for the future. And this song is also about that. And we believe it's strongly related to what's going on in Turkey and what's going on in the world right now. So it's going to be released this week. And after that, in September, we have 2 shows already booked in Istanbul and Ankara.
Yeah.
And we'll keep on playing out, play the songs from our new album with our new singer, who joined the band 2 years ago. And we are not on a standby mode, but apparently this protests was very hard for, you know,
Yeah.
what happened is not easy for us to digest recently. And also we are in the month of Ramazan, you know.
Yeah.
And this period is always kind of a standby period for all the entertainment industry. But after this video, the Apocalypse video, we'll start playing concerts around Turkey again, and we'll try to make more connections to play outside of Turkey as well.
Hopefully in Europe.
Well, anywhere. In Europe, in Middle East, in Far East, in America, in South America, it is much.
Good. Would you tell me more about your latest album? Who was the producer? I couldn't find any clue.
Well, we actually produce our albums ourselves.
You
But
produced it.
Tarkan did the most of the work. All the recording, editing stuff, mixing, everything. He's everything.
It's only. We have this practice. We had to learn how to record our music because in early 8 years that when we started the band, there wasn't enough technology and know-how to record music properly. So we had to learn to do it by ourselves. And we also make a living on that actually. We also help other artists and bands to record their albums in the studio and trying to share our experience and skills. And so when it's time to record the Pentagram album, from the first day we always record it ourselves. So there is not another producer who has to help the band to record this album. But it was released by Sony Music. And they have this office in Istanbul as well. And we've been releasing our new stuff from Sony Music recently. And we have a deal which will continue in the upcoming years. So the company is Sony Music. And we have the management company is called GNL Entertainment. They're going to organize this Virgin Waters concert next month.
The Warsaw.
It's a very big and established management company which has also branches in Germany and United States as well. They do a lot of international shows. So we are planning together to make it happen that Pentagon also go out and play in some festivals and shows around the world. But these are all to be planned for the next year. The instability in Turkey always affects our tempo and everything.
Right. Okay, what kind of feedback did you get from your fans about your album?
Mostly they liked it. A little bit, you can say bad reviews, but because of the singer change every time, the band has a period.
Yeah.
Because people are used to the other singer and
Yeah.
he changed
Yeah,
the
yeah.
singer. So,
It would be new. It was new, perhaps.
yeah, and I think mostly all the reviews are good for the music and the singer and all the stuff. Isn't it? What you think?
Yeah, Murat, our previous singer, it's a very sad story. He had this illness called MS.
Yeah.
Oh.
He had to leave the band actually, and so in this new album we had the new singer Gökalp Ergen, and so most of the feedback was on the replacement of Murat, because the new singer is always something sometimes very hard to get used to for the people who listen to earlier albums.
But it's
But I
not
think-
like we just get departure. It's not something like this. It's like a story, and he's sick, and we didn't tell people this period. It's like 2 years, so more than 2 years we didn't tell the people. But after a time, the doctor said he's going to stop the stage. He's maybe stop singing and rest. This kind of things, because his health is
it's
more
super
important than
yeah.
everything. So we made a tribute for him. It was a really nice concert. All the
Yes, we got
big-
Sanya
yeah,
Stadium,
all
Metallica. It was our
Slayer.
farewell show.
Like it was a really good vibe.
No, Sony's Fair was 1 year later.
1 year.
It was the Metallica concert in Alexander.
Dio was going to come and is it
No, it's the Sony Sphere Festival. It was Gökalp. With Murat, the farewell show was the Alisamiya Stadium with Metallica. It was only
So it was
Metallica.
in Sunny Sphere?
We were in Sony Sphere 1 year later with Gökalp.
Ah.
Okay.
It was in Inönü Stadium. It was two different countries.
But it was nice too.
Yeah.
It was a good
Okay, I'm
we
so
were
sorry
lucky
to hear that.
about Gökalp. Our new
Yeah.
singer is also, he's a very talented musician, and he has a strong input with the songwriting in this new album.
Great musician.
And we were again lucky that Murat's health also went better.
Yeah, he's well now.
So everything is kind of going better again.
Yeah. Okay, I would like to ask about your personal life now. What else do you do as well as music, play music?
You play music.
No, what else?
Other
Well,
than-
do you have another job perhaps? Well,
No, we only do music.
oh, good.
Hakan is also a film director who also
Yeah.
makes films. Our drummer Cenk has a music store, and he has probably one of the biggest archives of metal music in Turkey. But what we do besides music is also about music.
Good, that's very good. Okay, final question. I'd like to ask you what are your favorite bands and musicians? Yes.
It's too long.
No, just one.
One?
Yeah, just pick up one band. Your favorite one from since you were a little boy.
Well, it's like I can't just say one. It's like 10
Well,
or
there-
10 or 15 the same.
Give me three then.
5.
Okay, fine.
the 55. Slayer, Testament, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Metallica.
Big Four and Testament.
Yeah.
Yeah, all trash. Okay, musician? No, you are a guitar player, right?
A lot of guitar players. I love all the guitar
Okay,
players.
you think what is the best guitar player in whole of rock or metal music? Who was
the best word is like, it's so funny. Maybe you don't like the guitar playing of someone, but it puts something on me, or it affects me. For me, he's a good player. For you, I don't like this technique stuff. Just one thing I can say is the effects. The spiritual thing is always important for me. Whatever you play, you're playing saws, you're playing drums, you're playing piano, guitar, it doesn't matter, or even the keyboard. If it affects the music kind, the instrument doesn't matter to me. I can listen to everything if it has any spiritual things in it. I can say.
So
all the spiritual things are best for me.
you didn't.
The best guitars, the best synths, the best piano, the best drummer, all of them are best for me.
Well, besides all these famous heavy metal bands, I like the bands from 70s, and probably the bands I name will be very well known by everybody, like Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to recommend a band for fans or people who are going to read this interview.
Yeah.
It's King's X from Los Angeles. King's X is not a well-known band, but they bring together aspects from lots of bands I really love.
Yeah.
So I think it's better to name a band which is not as famous as Beatles or Jimi Hendrix or Black Sabbath. So my favorite musicians are also the earliest rock musicians from the 70s, like Jimmy Page, like Jimi Hendrix, like David Gilmour. I kind of like 70s progressive rock bands and the roots of metal. The bands which form roots of metal.
Yeah. I see. Okay. As final word, feel free to send a message to Metal Shop Finland audience and your fans.
You got fans there?
Maybe.
Music.
Probably. So, yeah.
Metal music fans.
Music fans.
Keep on listening to the metal music.
Yeah.
Hope to meet them one day. And the band is, when we're on stage and playing live, is really different. The thing I wish was to play more outside Turkey and to let people this, how can I say, delicious thing. But even when I was not in the band, I went to concerts and it's really concert view. If you're not on stage, when you're listening, it's also delicious. And how can I say?
We all love music.
Yeah, it's like we have to play more, but we can't play. The funny thing is something I don't understand.
We will play, man. We are going. We'll keep on playing music and recording albums till we die, and we are going to honor the modern roots of metal all around the world. We really honestly respect that.
Yeah.
We have respected that for all our lives. We keep on doing that. We'll keep on playing and recording new songs, and we'll do that till we die. This is our message for all the brothers all around the world.
Okay, keep on rocking then, and thank you so much for giving me your time. It was very nice to meet you.
The honor is ours. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. also thanks to you for watching this video, and I am Mohsen Fayazi, and you were watching Metal Shock Film.